G'day guys, thanks for calling 1-800-PWN-TIME. This is Jay speaking, bringing you the character creation setup for Guild Wars 2. Just for the sake of this video, I'm going to be doing a human male, but these are the professions you choose from, starting with the Guardian and now the Warrior. And they have pretty epic armor on these, as you can see. You've got your Elementalist now. This is just to give you an example of what you could look like at the higher levels, but there is going to be so much armor to choose from. And Necromancer, Thief, heading over to the Mesmer, and finally the Engineer. So there's a pretty cool setup. They'll expand on these as the game continues, no doubt, much like Guild Wars 1. For the sake of this video, I'm going to be choosing the Elementalist. And starting things off, you get to choose basically your body physique, your features, if you want to be tall, short, how large you want to be. You want to be muscly, you want to be skinny, and they've got these templates here that you choose between, as you can see. Bulks up a little bit there. If you want to be an absolute beefcake mage, you can choose that one, but I'm going to keep him looking like a little bit of a runt for this. And then there's sort of pre-templates for the face, and there's heaps of these to choose from. You can go through pages and pages and pages, and you get to fiddle with your skin color too, and there really is so much that you can do with this game. As you can see, the skin colors here, you can make him look like a nigger boy, but either way, I'm going to make him just a pasty little fuck, because that just looks natural to me. Not that I'm saying black people aren't natural, because you're just as human as we are. Awkward. But alright, this is the hairstyles. As you can see, there's heaps of these to choose from, and you've got your colors that you can put into that. And yeah, there's a lot to do with customizing these, which is really cool. If you want to look like the freestyler, there you go. There's the dude from Bomb Funk MC's freestyler. But I'll just chuck on a typical hairdo for this guy. It's going to be nothing special. But choosing the colors, there's heaps to choose from. You can scroll across again. As you can see, there's all these different sorts of choices. And I couldn't figure out what the lower ones did here. I had a fiddle with them. I think when the game comes out, they might be a highlight sort of thing that you can put it with your color, but for the beta it wasn't working. And there's a mad Chopper Reed mustache, but I'm just running straight. And there's all this typical stuff. I'm not going to go through all of this and say it out, but it's a really cool way that you can customize your character and getting them looking unique and right to the point of the way you want them to look. Everyone's going to look different, which is really, really cool. And a lot to do with the armor comes down to this as well. So you've got your eyes, eye features, nose, mouth, and chin, and this is probably the coolest part about the creation. Like Guild Wars 1, you could dye the armor, but now you can dye multiple parts of the armor, as you can see with this top bit that I'm doing now. I'm changing it between red, white, and a blacky grey sort of color. So it does make it a lot cooler. It's going to make it so not every character, even if people have, like 1,000 people have the same set of armor, everyone can have a different color setup, which is really cool. It makes the world look unique. It makes the characters stand out from each other, and it just means you can choose your own color schemes. It's always better being able to play something that you prefer, that you feel more comfortable in doing. That if you're playing a character that looks sick, you're going to play sick. It's just how it goes. But as you progress past the way you've made your character look, you get all these individual choices, and this differs from the professions that you choose and the sort of areas that you start in and races. The first one was whether you want to choose your affinity or the fire and all that, and now you've got your ferocity, dignity, and charm. It's basically just a trait that you keep with you. And now you've got where you were raised, whether it's the streets, just a common folk, or as a noble. So all these sort of things will impact on your story, and right now we've got sort of regrets and something that'll really come up in the main storyline. I chose unknown parents for my story just because I found that the most interesting. And then you've got your god that you choose, the one that you follow, I guess, the one you were blessed by. So it's pretty cool. Everyone will be able to do this, and then you sign it off and you have an individual story. And the way the Guild Wars story will work, it follows your story and it evolves around you, which is really cool. But that's it for the video, so hit it up with a like and I'll talk to you later. Catch ya.